Hey guys, you're watching TechEdit. I'm Basil and this is the OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite. It's a great shout for anyone watching their cache and in need of an upgrade. On paper, it's got some winning specs out of the gate. There's a 120Hz super bright AMOLED screen, a 5110 milliamp battery that lasts over a day and powers up quickly, and Sony Lite 600 powered 50 megapixel main camera with OIS. But when OnePlus got in touch and asked me to make this sponsored video talking about how the phone stacks up for anyone in the UK and Europe, I decided I needed to take it on a day around London to really put it through its paces. This video is going to be chopped up into 5 sections: price, design, screen, camera, and battery life and charging. And I'm going to start with the price. The OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite costs £299 in the UK and €329 in Ireland and other European countries. Buying the phone without a network contract or carrier plan is super popular, at least here in the UK, as we've got some great SIM-only prices. So that's the first reason the CE4 Lite is a good idea, because it helps you avoid monthly fees for your phone, and with its dual SIM card slots, you can have a work and a personal SIM in here and you won't have to carry 2 devices, just one with both your SIM cards. The CE4 Lite also looks good for the price. The back has a reflective glass-like finish. Around the camera there's a nice visual texture, though it's completely smooth to the touch, and the matte frame's also grippy. With curved corners that nuzzle into your hand, it feels comfortable, and it's IP54 rated, which means it's splash resistant, and there's a pre-fitted screen protector out of the box. Fans of wired audio will love that there's a headphone jack at the bottom, and there's also a responsive in-display fingerprint scanner too, as well as face unlock. I've got the super silver version, but you can also pick it up in a more playful mega blue. Onto the display, and just like the design, it's really UK ready. What do I mean? We can have 4 seasons in one day in the UK. It's summer right now, so the sun's testing out the Nord CE4 Lite's brightness, shining it up to 1200 nits all screen brightness when auto mode's fired up, and 2100 nits for HDR content. You'll be able to see what's on the screen without any squinting. OnePlus has also included its AquaTouch feature from its flagship on the CE4 Lite, so when the heavens open you can swipe and tap on its wet screen without stutter or interruption, and that IP54 water resistance I mentioned earlier really comes through. At its core, the tech in the CE4 Lite screen is great. It's an AMOLED panel with a 120Hz refresh rate, so it looks super smooth, punchy and deep all at the same time. At 6.67 inches, it's also big enough to read long emails on without too much scrolling, watch expansive videos, and pinch into photos comfortably. Some of you may know that I'm a journalist as well, and I write for a title called Digital Camera World. I've actually written an entire feature about how I wish more smartphone makers focused on putting fewer cameras on their phones but increasing the quality of the cameras, and that is exactly what OnePlus has done with the CE4 Lite. The primary 50 megapixel camera is a latest gen Sony Lite 600 sensor, and the lens has OIS, optical image stabilization. This kind of camera is typically reserved for pricier phones, and with its 26mm wide angle and 2 times in-sensor zooming, it's very versatile as well, capturing crisp shots in bright environments, and it can hold its own when the lights drop too. The secondary camera doesn't take dedicated photos. It's a monochrome camera that improves the Nord CE4 Lite's portrait mode for accurate detail fall-off, and I found its edge detection to be exceptional for the price. You can dial background blur up or down when you're shooting, and you can also activate a neat watermark that displays all your camera parameters: shutter speed, ISO, and focal length. And when you want maximum detail and the lighting is good, the high-res mode gives you more pixels to pinch into, capturing at the full 50 megapixel resolution. This is great for landscapes in particular, as well as pictures you'll want to print or crop into. If you want to get a more expansive field of view, landscapes for example, the panorama mode is very solid, and it isn't just for landscapes. You can get some really nice creative distortion with closer up objects like buildings, for example. The phone also records nicely stabilized Full HD video at up to 30 frames per second, and it has 16 megapixel front camera for selfies. Finally, battery life and charging, and the Nord CE4 easily makes it through a full day, and with light use you could get 2 days out of it. The efficient internals matched with OnePlus's battery optimizations and the high capacity cell inside all come together to help it last for a long time. If you're wondering what those battery optimizations are, OnePlus supports a charging cap of 80%, which protects your long-term battery health. This still gives you a day of power, but limits your overall battery degradation. The CE4 Lite also charges very quickly with 80 watt SuperVOOC fast charging, powering it up fully in under an hour, better than many top tier flagships right now. And the phone has some other highlights too, like a 256GB internal storage capacity that can be bumped up by 2 terabytes via a micro SD card. Its 8GB of RAM can also be boosted with RAM expansion by up to 8GB, and that pulls from the internal storage. And being LPDDR4X RAM, it's pretty nippy as well. Packing NFC, the OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite is fully Android Pay compatible for contactless payments, and with the Google Play Store loaded up out of the box, app support on this phone is excellent, and with Gemini available for it, you also got access to Google's latest AI voice assistant. The Snapdragon 695 in here can handle a paired back bow of PUBG, and with Oxygen OS Plus Android 14, this phone is smooth, optimized really nicely, and very customizable as well. So that's been my day out and about with a OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite 5G, a budget banger that goes for ages and is well placed to save anyone in the UK a few pounds while still snapping great photos, charging up quickly and looking great in the process while packing enough storage to last for years. Thank you to OnePlus for sponsoring this video. I will link through to the Nord CE4 Lite's product page in the pinned comment below so you can check out the price and availability where you live. I'm going to be hanging on to it, so if you've got any questions about it, fire them in the comments section below and I will do my best to answer. Thank you for watching, and as always, if you did like this video, click that thumbs up button, and if you like the channel, please do subscribe and ding that bell. It's how you stay on top of everything that I do.